All right, so we are now in Champion Select. This is the fourth round in the losers bracket of the League of Legends Sunny Hills Esports 5v5 tournament. So the first bans we see coming up from Dale Volente, which is on the blue side, is that Lee Sin and the Lucian. On the purple side / red side is HDG, banning that Thresh.
Alright, for the Lee Sin ban, it was a target ban to commonly. He is known to be very good on that, Lee Sin. And for Lucian, that's a target ban towards OMG Exuber, because he did very well. Or he does very well on Lucian. And for the Thresh and Graves, those are actually pretty good target bans. These are actually all target bans.
These are all target bans. The Thresh banning out Plaxion support, Graves the ban for Albert U's AD carry. Now the Zir ban also coming in from Dale Volente, banning out the Nerds Azir, because he does play an exceptional Azir, as well as the Fizz ban.
So this is probably against YJK. I think I heard he's pretty good, this player. So now
this is actually YJK's first game in YJK's first game for Dale Volente. He is on the roster, so there's no worry to that. The first pick we see coming in is that Janna for Plaxion, picked up by Yums.
Yep. And for we've seen Plaxion's Janna. It's been very supportive. It's very strong in his hands, and he's been able to save the life of Albert Yu multiple times in the series of multiple games in this tournament. So that's a very good pickup.
We also
Let's see if it can go well.
Yeah, we also see HGG picking up that Jarvan, and probably not Teemo. We don't know for sure yet, but we do see that Jarvan and the Twitch pick. Now OMG Zuber is known to play a really nice Twitch, so they have to be really careful about that. As well as the J4 pick commonly is not a well-known J4 player. He plays his Jarvan fairly well though.
Yeah, and Jarvan's just one of those OP picks that you can just pick and just do very well on. Even if you're not the best, you can still use his his kit very well in any sort of situation.
We also see the Gragas pick coming in from Plaxion to trade with Yums. Now Yums is known as being a proficient Gragas player. Not exactly sure why he picked up the Lulu. Might switch back. We also see the Vayne pick coming in from Albert Yu. These are all just standard 80 carries. There's no Kalista though. No, I'm kidding. We do see the possible Jinx pick, and yep, there is the Gragas pick. Looks like he switched to Caitlyn in the last second.
The plays and skims. The boots.
The boots on Ruthless Pantheon. We also see that Ari coming in. Is it going to be an AD Ari though? Not exactly sure. Hope not. It's not. I really hope it's not an AD Ari. But we do see that Pantheon pick coming in. Looks like he's going to switch his Soraka. Skims is the support of HDG, so he's going to have to pick a support to really counter Caitlyn as well as Janna.
Oh yeah, let's not forget that this is going to be Skims' first game on playing for HGG as well. He was the sub, and then he got moved into the main roster, so he's now here to play with the main roster of HDG.
We see the Nerd picking up that Lissandra. Now it could be a trade. He could be possibly going or someone could possibly be going Lissandra top, but Lissandra mid is still very viable, so yeah, you might see this.
Both
the
Nerd and Music play a very good Lissandra, so they can switch out for whichever. And from what I'm gonna assume that the Nerd is gonna try to counter pick YJK. That's why he didn't pick his. He probably didn't pick his pick on his rotation. He's just gonna wait until uh, YJK picks his mid laner, and then see if he could counter it.
So we do see the possible Alistar jungle. We did see the Pantheon pick earlier in Rikudan's, I guess, arsenal. I guess he's going for the Amumu. We've seen him play Amumu before against, what team were they against?
Team Yellowskins.
Team Yellowskins. They did play a pretty nice, he did play a pretty nice Amumu. And we see YJK picking up that Ari as well. It looks like it's gonna be a Lissandra mid.
Yeah, if he does lock in that Mundo or a Lulu. So it's probably confirmed that Nuri is going to be playing Lissandra mid because they probably want something different for the top lane to go against that Gragas. Because Gragas, even though he was nerfed patches ago, he's still pretty strong. Just he's not what he used to be. That's for sure.
See the revived teleport coming in from Rikudan right now.
Ah, the trolls. Never
Does he
forget.
want to keep it like that though? But we
I
do
doubt
see the Maokai pick coming in from music. He has been playing Maokai throughout a lot of the tournament games so far. So we're gonna be expecting a lot from his plays. So it looks like we are going to wait now. We do have that 3-minute delay after this 60-second delay. So I guess we can just talk about the matchup. At the top lane, we see Gragas versus Maokai. What do you think about that?
So, I think Maokai is one of the strongest tanks right now, so he's gonna be just playing passively. Well, Gragas is gonna be trying to wait until he gets level 6 to try to do something with his explosive cast. So at the very start, I think it's just gonna be starting as a farming lane. Or I know Chance could get
Chance?
Yums is known to be pretty aggressive with his Gragas if he finds the opportunity. So he may try to turn it around. He may try to go aggressive early on, but with Maokai's passive, getting those that free health after every 5 abilities, he's probably gonna sustain through most of the harass that Yums is gonna dish out onto him. And then later on, Maokai just becomes a super tank, and I don't really know. It depends on Yums if he has enough items and levels to combat that tankiness. Then who knows? But in the end, Maokai just becomes a super tank. So it all depends on Yums to stop that ticking time bomb in the top lane.
Alright, so according to the chat, they just keep wanting me to do the voice thing again.
Which one?
You know which one I'm talking about. Should I do it?
Yeah, man. Do it.
I gotta prep myself again then. Actually, let me drink some water real quick first.
Loud.
Alright. Raining girl here. So we do have 1 minute left of the delay. We do still have the matchup at the mid lane. We have that Ari as well as the Lissandra pick. In my opinion, I think Lissandra is going to win lane just because Lissandra can just shut Ari down. Ari does have the Spirit Rush escape, but I don't think it's enough. I think that Frozen Tomb from Lissandra can just completely shut it down.
Yeah, and if he does get chunked down from when Ari goes aggressive, he could just use the Frozen Tomb on himself to get away. And by the time, maybe, hopefully, commonly will be behind the Lissandra to back her up. But it all depends on on who's gonna be winning this lane, and yeah, and I think in my opinion, Lissandra will be able to win this lane because she has that free passive, free ability passive. So she's gonna be able to sustain the lane much more than Ari. But on the other side, Ari does have that spell vamp after, yeah, from her passive. So it all depends on the player's skill level. It could be just a skill matchup, but I think that Lissandra will be able to take it.
So it looks like we are going into loading screen. We didn't really talk about the bot lane, but we can just talk about that during the loading screen. So while we are in loading screen, we can just talk about the bot lane. I think Deo Volente had Caitlyn and Janna, while HDG they had Soraka and Twitch. Is it Soraka?
Yeah.
Yeah, Soraka and Twitch. So what do you think about that?
So from past experience, I think have we seen Albert? I think we've seen Albert on Caitlyn before. So, and I think it went well for them. We already know about Palaxion's Janna. It's very good, and with that, those two combined, they could be a very harassy bot lane with the shield and just the auto attack range. But for Twitch and Soraka, they have, I guess you could say they have the element of surprise when Twitch goes stealth, and then Soraka throws down her E. I don't know what it's called now, but the E on Soraka does like a area effect silence, and if they stay in it too long, when it goes off, it'll become a snare. So that could be perfect for a Jarvan gank, or just anyone in general, for anyone who's going to be helping out that lane with a
It
gank.
it is a bit hard to land the actual stun itself though, because it does take a little bit of time for it to actually, I guess, land the stun
Yeah.
for that silence. So it's not the most reliable CC you can really have, but it's something. And if you can land it, then it could really be devastating if commonly does gank that bot lane.
Yeah, like, but like the whole, I think like the major thing about that E is the silence that it gives as it's thrown down. So if Skims is able to surprise them with the E, they won't be able to use any summoners nor any skills. So they'll probably like go into a state of panic where once they get out, they'll just like immediately use any sort of escape, and then that can just be followed up by honestly either Jarvan, Lissandra, or Maokai to just like snare them or stun them with their skills. So it can go either way in my opinion. Caitlyn and Janna do have the lane dominance, but later on Twitch and Soraka will be a much better team fight oriented. Or yeah, a more team fight oriented. So early game it's gonna be Albert U and Palaxion, but later on in the game it's gonna be OMG Exuber and Skims. Excuse me.
So you see from the chat, Flurpin as well as Jakey Parky are asking questions.
It's not
So the
really
first
questions.
question: how long does it take you to do your anime hair? I wake up
Not-
with it. I don't really do anything with it. I'm just gonna skip that question. Is Austin still gay? I didn't think he was gay in the first place, but okay. What's your 3 sizes? I don't
your
really.
your
I don't know what
bust
that
your
is.
bust size.
I don't know what that is then.
Uh,
Is
how
Peter
big are your boobs, butt, and waist?
-2? Is Peter gayer than Austin? Maybe. Sebi is the gayest. That's not even a question, but
What's your
okay.
opinion on? We already said our opinion though.
Jakey
What's
Parky
your
asks.
opinion on your on
Yeah,
bot
we
lane
just talked
matchup? We
about the
already
bot
explained it.
lane. Did
Please.
you have loading screen muted or something, or did you have this screen muted while we were talking about that? Because we've been talking about it throughout the whole loading screen. But we are
Yeah.
in the game now. Let me just put up. Whoops, wrong image. Let me just put up these other images real quick, and then we can get started with the game. On the blue side, we have Deo Volente. On the red side, we have HDG. Let me just fix up these icons real quick while we're also doing that, and we can get started with the game.
So we see just a bunch of pings.
I see a bunch of
Dear
things coming
Volante
in.
want to do a line of scrimmage, but You could see HCG want to go as a group, probably do an invade because they know that Amumu can get very behind by just taking a camp, especially with the blue buff. But I think they saw. No, they don't. They don't think they saw them.
It is a fairly
They seem
dangerous
just
game.
calmly though.
It
He
is a
just
fairly dangerous game right now for both teams. They can really both be caught out at the moment. Looks like the
let me
nerd is actually
see.
warding that up. The pause does go off, not exactly sure what the reason is. According to the rules, they really do have to state what the reason is.
So they're saying a moment.
Please.
Even their own teammates like, what the heck?
So we're not exactly sure what's going on in this pause. They were supposed to say what the problem is, but I'm not exactly sure what to infer from what they've given so far.
So they do have to explain it. If they don't, then I don't know. Okay. That's hopefully that's not true. It's probably a call from his mom. So, do you think that's a valid reason?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Alright, looks like the game is on pause right now. Looks like we're continuing. We were saying HGG, they're possibly going to invade that blue buff. It is warded now, but everything's okay.
Yeah, I think they actually know that it's warded. So, but it seems like ACG aren't going to be doing any sort of invades at this moment. And you can see commonly throwing out the flag just to check that bush. So I think, yeah, it's just gonna go back into a standard lane. Actually no, are they doing the lanes? They are doing the lane swap actually. OMG Exuber is gonna be going to that top lane, and actually, Music is gonna be going for the jungle cap. At least like maybe one jungle cap and TP to bot.
This is very LCS style. OMG Zuber is
Yeah.
actually soloing that top lane, so
Yeah, they're gonna be let's see where Skim is gonna be. He's probably gonna be roaming around with commonly just to get some XP, maybe XP, but or just helping him out in general. I think he did take W first, so
I guess their
yeah, he
plan
took
is to
W.
just let Volente take that first bottom tower. Well, I guess the teleport is coming in. I guess they did lane swap. The bot lane is going to the top lane, while the top lane is going to the bot lane. Now this is going to be some trouble for Music right here, because he's not going to be able to farm as easily as he would regularly. But this is also the same case for Yums. He won't be able to farm as well either.
Yeah, he's already 3 CS down, actually 4 now. So, and you can see OMG's Exuber is already going very aggressive on Yums. So, hopefully Yums learns from this. He might not have much knowledge about this right now, but if they do go for the lane swap, hopefully he has, like for the next game, hopefully he'll have more knowledge on how to manage this kind of minion management, minion wave management, and just not be in such a deficit once they get out of this laning phase the next time.
In terms of CS count, Music is actually doing a lot better than Yums is at the moment. So this is going to be quite advantageous for Music in the long run. But at the same time, Caitlyn is winning in CS in terms of the bot lane matchup, I guess you can say.
Ooh, Yum's going a little aggressive, but that damage did just get recovered by Skims by just throwing out that Q and landing it onto Yums. So not a very advantageous trade. Ooh,
Not only
you
that,
can
but
see.
Yums is really low on mana. And commonly he's just coming in for the gank right now. He does dash away, but he does get slowed. It looks like they're just gonna back off in the end.
Yeah.
It was a fairly not successful gank. It was a good escape from Yums.
And you can see Amumu's actually in the wings of the blue side. Not really doing anything. He's just going back and forth, and this might be bad because he's just wasting more time in this top lane because in this sort of matchup, basically the top laner just gets left behind. And if you do try to help him,
Oh,
this might be bad.
it does look like Yums is in trouble right now. It looks like he is going to go down. The flash does go off, but OMG Zuber does get the kill in the end.
Yeah, this is just inexperience in a 2v1 lane. Yums shouldn't be pushing up this. Shouldn't be even pushing up at all. He should just let the wave go to his turret, get as much CS as possible, like what Music's been doing this whole time. And look, you could already see he's 20 CS above him right now. He's not even. Uh-oh.
It looks like Rikudan is in trouble right now. The EQ combo does go down as well as the teleport. Looks like Rikudan is safe and Yums is back to his lane. Hopefully he does play this a little bit smarter than he did earlier.
Yeah. So, but actually in terms of the ADCs, Albert Yu is actually ahead in 8 CS, which isn't bad for OMG Exuber, but this means that Caitlyn's going to have a bigger spike once they go back.
The mid lane commonly might be looking for a gank right now. He is coming in. YJK is in trouble right now. The ultimate does go off. The nerd does get the kill from that ignite.
Very good level up from the nerd. He knew that Ari wasn't able to wasn't 6 yet, so they were able to go in. YJK did turn level 6 as he was getting ganked, but he wasn't able to use his ultimate to get away because he was locked up because the stuns were staggered correctly. I don't know if it's staggered, but like stacked properly. So a very good gank from Commonly, and a very good kill for the nerd.
So it does look like it was 2 successful ganks for Commonly. He's racking up those assists. He's going to just be a powerhouse when it comes to ganking and basically mid-game fights.
Yeah. And we're actually seeing what should be expected of Rikudan. He should be just in the jungle, just trying to farm until he gets level 6, and then maybe when the dragon fights start, he'll be able to be of some use with that ultimate and initiating the fights.
So there's like Music is still having a bit of trouble farming, but he is ahead of CS. He is ahead of CS against Yums by around 20. Now his CS is pretty similar to OMG Zuber's right now. So OMG Zuber, he's got to really step up his farm game because he is now almost 20 down from Albert Yu.
Yeah, and being behind, or even though this is a 1v1, it was a 2v1 a little bit earlier, so that just means that he wasn't able to CS enough, even with the help from Skims. So that's gonna be pretty bad, even though he does have an item advantage on her right now, plus a kill.
He does have the item advantage because he did go back. Albert Yu still hasn't gone back yet, so we could be expecting something. But OMG Zuber is looking to possibly gank or just ambush the spot lane. He does land his, I guess, sponge, but at the mid lane, the nerd might be in some trouble. The ignite does go off. He does die in the end. YJK does get the kill. Rukudan might be in some trouble right here. Commonly does take some tower shots. A double kill for YJK. Not a very successful gank from Commonly. He really shouldn't have dived to get Rikudan.
Maybe he just realized that he was already dead if he did try to run away, because he did use his EQ combo to get into that fight, and he probably felt like he wasn't able to get away, so he just tried to go for that. But it did give YJK a double kill, so that's definitely not good for HCG. Because then and he does have double buffs, so that's gonna be worse for the nerd once he gets back into lane.
So at the top lane, we do see a very aggressive play at the moment. Yums might be in some trouble right now. He does go back in, dealing a lot of damage back at Music. It looks like it's basically an even lane, and Yums has pretty much caught up in CS. He used to be a lot more, his deficit was a lot higher. But it looks like Rigadon is ganking that flash, and the dash does go off. Music using his ultimate to negate a lot of damage. But Rigadon as well as Yums are still chasing right now. Looks like they're just gonna back off. Music does get away in the end.
Yeah, so safety from Skims using that ult just to make sure that Rikudon doesn't throw the bandage toss. So, and it looks like HCG are gonna go for that dragon. They're eyeballing it, but Volente do have a ward, so they know what's going on. And Yums does have TP up, but he's very low, so I don't expect him to just TP immediately to that top lane.
At the
To the
top lane,
dragon pit.
Yums did take a little bit of damage. He is low on mana. He's not going to be able to stay in lane anymore. Music is going to farm this out and just keep pushing. Looks like his recall does get cancelled in the middle of that, so...
A little BM from Music. Very rude. So
at the mid lane, Albert U's actually doing fairly well against OMG Zuber right now. He is actually trading very, very well against him. So we might see a dragon fight fairly soon. Looks like they're just gonna clear it though. OMG Zuber as well as Skims is back off.
yeah, this is actually surprising that Albert Yu hasn't gone back yet. He's at 97 CS, but he still only has that Dorn's Blade and health potion. So he hasn't been back at all for this whole 11 minutes and 51 seconds.
So at the moment, Albert Yu actually has 3k gold.
Yeah, that's just going to be a lot of items once he gets back, either from actually backing or dying. Either way, he's going to get a lot of items, and that item spike is going to be very huge.
Looks like HCG are looking to get this dragon right now. TM Dale Volente do know of this dragon. It looks like they're going to try... Oh, it looks like there's a 3-man Janus on. Rickon is coming in. He does land a 3-man ultimate. YJK just cleaning up with that Spirit Rush. OMG Zuber does flash over the wall. Music is all alone on a 1v4. He's gonna die in the end. OMG Zuber is still chasing YJK at the moment because he's still alone at the same time. Looks like YJK is going down, but at the same time, they are going to possibly get this dragon like they just did. So it was a very bad dragon fight coming in from HCG. And it was a very good trade for De Volente.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1. It was a very good initiation. Actually, that Janna tornado really set up everything. It got, I think, all 5 of them.
No, he got 3 of them.
I got 3 of them, and then a Mumu bandage, Rikudon bandage tossed in with the ultimate engage. So that just threw out a lot of damage, which I'm assuming it killed Jarvan, or commonly, and later on Music, as he was separated from the rest of the team.
And I think that if Albert Yu backed earlier and actually did get items, he would have been a little bit more useful in the fight. He would have done a little bit more damage, possibly gotten a kill or 2. But I guess he didn't have enough damage to really do much during that fight.
Yeah, but the reward was a kill. It was 2 kills and a dragon, so that's always good for a team. Oh,
He just dashed in. He took a lot more tower shots and basically took more damage than he dealt. So
yeah, not really worth. I'd be careful calculating your damage. So I wonder if Music is oh. just a little bit harassed. So I'm wondering what music will go for with that catalyst. He could go Righteous Glory, which is something that I've been actually loving on him right now. Or he could still go that Rod of Ages and get that damage instead of tankiness, which I think would be fine in this sort of situation because they already have Jarvan. He's gonna be pretty tanky, and he could just be an off tank, which is pretty good for a Maokai if he wants to carry. Some very good harass
Well, it
on
does look
skims.
like that EQ combo, and looks like a Mumu is actually coming in for the gank right now, and he is going invisible at the moment, but he is still chasing skims. OMG Zuber is actually all alone right now. They do know he's in that bush. The hook does land. It looks like he's going to use his ultimate. OMG Zuber is actually stunned. Albert Yu doing a lot of damage. It looks like he does get the kill in the end. The teleport also coming in, as well as the nerd. The teleport does get cancelled. The nerd is coming in. Looks like he actually misses. Cannot get that frozen tomb off. It looks like they're just going to escape.
Ooh.
Oh, and at the top lane, Music might be in some trouble right now. The flash actually does go off as well as the slow. Yums is coming in for the fight. Music does use his ultimate. Yums does get slowed in the process. So looks like he's actually going to back off, but he's still chasing. That Q does not finish him off and does get away safely.
So the damage, he wasn't able to leave the damage, leave the barrel long enough to do any sort of extra damage. So a bad loss for Yums, but a very good gank from Rakudan, holding out and just waiting for Twitch to come out, and a very good flash monsoon from Palaxion, and that's
Oh, it looks like Commonly is coming out, but you actually misses or gets away from the Cataclysm, using that 90 caliber net. Palaxion is in trouble. MG Super does get the kill in the end. Looks like he's gonna back off with that one kill.
Yeah, so pretty good payback, I say, from OG Exuber. Flash and ulti was used by Jarvan, which was much because the target was Albert Yu, but all in all, a good kill.
They are getting this tower fairly quickly, but however you can wave clear with that Q, so it looks like he's gonna clear that, and Rigadon might be coming for this bot lane gank. It looks like OMD Zuber might come in for a sneak attack at the moment. Abryu does not really know of this. Looks like he is in trouble. Heal actually does go off. Rigadon is coming in for the fight. He does land a stun, and looks like he's on the chase now. Looks like the stun does go off. OMG Zuber is gonna get caught right here. He does die to Rigadon. Janna and Caitlyn both getting the kill.
So OMG, yeah, it was very greedy by him, but he wasn't able to. He didn't know that. Or actually, it was pinged, but OMG Exuber did say, so that was very greedy of him. I mean, if the shield from Janna didn't come out, it probably would have been a dead Caitlyn, but Palaxion was able to get there in time and shield Albert Yu. So that just added on to another save.
This is sort of looking like a fairly even game at the moment. The score is 6-4. They have Volente leading in gold by around 200, so it's not much of an advantage, but it's still an advantage nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. So it's pretty interesting. I see the nerd going for Athene's and Holy Grail, while YJK went for the Morelos, which has been pretty popular right now. But she loses out on the magic resist. But seeing as YJK is ahead in kills, he feels like he doesn't need the MR from Athene's and can just go straight damage.
So looks
or at least
like
efficiency.
Volente do get that first tier bot lane tower. They're going to be forced to back off from it and just farm from their other tower.
And you can see HCG are pinging for that dragon. They do see them on it right now. And it looks like it's going to be a dragon fight really soon.
Oh, and OMG Zuber tried taking the Scuttle Crab. He wasn't really successful in doing it. You're really contesting this Baron at the moment. All 5 members of each team are heading towards that area.
Yeah.
Looks like they do clear that pink ward. They do still have the Scuttle Crab vision on it though. So they do have the advantage at the moment.
Yeah. So, oh, it looks like they're going to be going for a flank.
Well, it does look like Music is going in, commonly coming in with the EQ combo, and the Nerd going in as well. Abreu and YJK are both caught in the middle. Everyone else is caught in the middle of everything else.
No one's touching OMG.
On OMG Zuber. OMG Zuber does get exhausted on. He is taking a lot of damage. Everyone on the Volente is fairly low. Music does get caught from that charm. He does get the kill. Abreu. And it looks like they're going to keep chasing. Nope, looks like they're just going to back off. It was a fairly good fight. Looks like YJK almost getting caught right there from the Lissandra, but he does get that Janna shield on. Commonly looking to possibly kill Rugadon right there. Looks like he's just back off.
So, I guess you could say a pretty good 1-for-1 trade. The only people who died were Music, the top were the top laners. So, and in the end, just everyone just went back. They're just taking buffs, so nothing really lost nor gained really. So just a regular 5v5 fight, but they do see Skims showing vision of that dragon pit, and you can see Ryukudan is going straight to it just to try to stop it, but it looks like HED are going to back off it.
Now both teams do have vision on that dragon pit, so they're gonna have to really, just keep contesting that. They're not exactly sure when to get it because right now all these fights have been fairly even.
Yeah, it's all about the vision right here in this sort of situation. If they can find someone caught off guard, that can definitely tip the scales, and it'll be the next dragon for the people who did catch the people out. But you can see top laners, they still have their TPs. They're just duking it out, doing in the red noodle fight in the top lane. And not much is really going on.
Oh, it looks
but
like
you do see some
going on.
harass.
Yums actually misses that dash, and the game has been paused. Not exactly sure what is going on with the pause.
We need an explanation.
They need to explain. They really need to explain.
Yeah.
Calm down. Not exactly sure what that means, but okay. We are not in team fights or anything. Well,
Oh.
I'll be explaining to Deo Volente on. They have to explain on why they pause, because this game has been very ambiguous on what their pauses are for. At the mid lane, Nerd might be in some trouble right here, but he does look like he's gonna get away.
And the ultimate was used by YJK, so pretty good steal from the Nerd, just being able to E away with that claw. Very flashy escape. And he's been able to dodge most of the skill shots that Ari's been throwing out. So you can see the mechanical play coming from the Nerd. And even though the shield is pretty strong, Skims has been able to land a lot of the Qs that he's been throwing out onto the enemy. And oh, they're waiting. They saw them. Yeah.
It's possibly another dragon skirmish at the moment. Not exactly sure if they're gonna try going for that or go for the mid lane towers. OMG Zuber is not with any of his teammates. He's just pushing that bot lane alone. The top lane is still an island, and looks like the teleport is coming in from Yums. It's not going to be able to do much, and looks like Music it might take a free tower.
Yeah. I think Yums made a pretty big mistake using that TP. Now, because mid lane turret was already low, but this does put Music in a weird position of taking that turret or defending mid lane along with his teammates.
It looks like he is choosing to go in for the tower. Rigadon actually does get stunned, but Lissandra does go down instantly from YJK. Another kill for him. Looks like they did get the middle lane tower. OMG Zuber is possibly going to ambush Dale Volente, but looks like he's just gonna back off. At the moment, Dale Volente are looking to get this dragon.
And yeah, they'll be able to get it because they don't have their main AP damage. They're basically their main damage, so that's the second dragon for Dale Volente. So from what I thought was a mistake was actually turned into a pretty good play. With Yums using that TP to mid lane, they get the first tier turret from in the mid lane and their second dragon.
I don't think the teleport was necessary though. He could have just walked to mid lane.
Yeah, that's true. But you could say you can overlook. Yeah, it worked out. You can overlook that. Even though it is like a 4-minute cooldown when it's on the turret, it's at least it at least has a less cooldown, a lower cooldown than if you did it on a ward or a minion.
So does it look like HDG are in some trouble right now? They did lose 2 dragons. I'm not exactly sure if they even have 1 right now. So they have to be really careful at the moment. That mid lane tower for them at the moment, for De Volente, is fairly low. So HDG, they have to be looking to get that soon.
Yeah. I think that might be their priority even since the dragon is gone. But De Volente are pushing that mid lane into the second tier turret of HDG. So it looks like the next team fight is going to be in the mid lane. If that's what they're going to be doing. Or if that's what the HDG is going to be looking for. Yeah, there's 5 people in the mid lane for HCG right now. Actually, Music is going to be going to that top lane to defend it from Yums. So it's going to be a 4-man push in the mid lane. And it's only YJK right now, so they might be able to get this turret right now.
Looks like they are going to get this. It is their 3rd tower of the game.
And top lane was successfully defended by Music. So a very good play. A very good rotation. Uh-oh.
Looks like the nerd might be in some trouble. Ricodon actually does miss his
claw.
ultimate because the nerd traveled to his claw. YJK does miss that charm. He's going to use his Spirit Rush. It looks like he has actually used it. He's wasted. He's not going to have it for the next fight.
Yeah, I think this might be a trigger for HCG to go in. Or at least soon, because with 2 ultimates down, which are pretty game-changing, they could probably just outwin just because of their skills, just because of cooldowns. Because Amumu's ulti is very big. Ari not so much, but she does have a lot of mobility. Like compared to Amumu, it's not that big in the team fight.
So it looks like it's still an island at the top lane. Not exactly sure when they're gonna actually start grouping up and roaming. So, and it looks like right now Music might actually get caught right here. He is looking for the possibly blue buff. He doesn't know Mumu's actually there, so he's just gonna back off. Now, I think ACG are going to head for that bot lane. They're gonna look for that tower. So Caitlyn might be in some trouble right now. Well, at the bot lane, Aubrey is gonna get caught. He does use that 90 caliber net. He doesn't have flash to possibly get away commonly, taking a little bit of tower damage, but the nerd does use that stun OMG Super, getting the kill in the end. No, Music is trying to take that, but no, really.
That's not gonna work out. He does have smite. So that's gonna be a 4-man push at the bot lane. But it seems like a lot of people are very low right now, and YJK just uses ulti again. He's using it very loosely. And here comes the TP from Yums.
Looks like Yums is gonna TP in. OMG Super does flash away from that charm. Brigadon is coming in for the retaliation. It looks like HG are still staying in this fight. No, it looks like they're just gonna back off. They did not get that tower at the bot lane, but they did get that kill on the Caitlyn. Now Music does have to push that top lane if they really want to make it worth it, but it looks like he can't really push fast enough.
Yeah, because Yums is gonna be coming in very soon, and is that blue buff has yet to be the blue buff on blue side is yet to be cleared, so that's not good. So This might be bad for music. He has no vision right now, so he doesn't know that the Ari and the Rikudan are coming in.
Looks
But
like
you can
he's
see,
actually clearing
yeah,
the camp. This does look
so
like they're just trying to regain and just figure out what they have to do to really just keep winning fights, because right now both teams are pretty much on a seesaw, I guess you can say. They're going back and forth on who's winning which fights, and they really have to figure out what to do so then they can basically just win a fight and just keep continuing to win fights. The
yeah,
dragon is up in for around 35 seconds, so they're gonna have to they're gonna have to watch out for that.
yeah. That's what. There's like only 3 wards out right now for HCG, so they don't have enough ward coverage to go against Deal Volente right now. But they do have vision on Palexion, but that's it. So they're gonna need music in very soon if they want to secure this
The
dragon
music
right now.
does have his teleport right now, so you can possibly teleport into the fight. For now, he's just pushing in that top lane. Now, Lissandra might actually get caught right here. He actually does get slowed. Super using that invisibility, possibly for an ambush, but YJK is coming around. Looks like they of Volente are going to look for that dragon. There is a ward on that little tiny bush, but that's not enough vision to see dragon. Now, music is going in. He does use that flash on Albert Yu. Looks like he's actually caught, and looks like there's a 4-man gank from Rikudan. Or 4-man stun from Rikudan. Looks like commonly he's using his Cataclysm as well. A lot of stuff is going
Oh
on.
my
Yums actually does
goodness,
go down
music.
as well. Super does get the kill on Yums. Looks like he's gonna get another kill, a double kill for him. He does land on a trap, but it's a triple kill. It's possibly a quadra kill right now. Albert Yu actually does go down as well. It's a quadra kill, or possibly a pentakill at the moment right here. YJK is running away. He does use the flash. He does get the kill on commonly. Looks like they're just gonna get this dragon for now. It's a very good fight from HCG. They brought up their kill deficit back to 0, and looks like they're just gonna keep pushing for that possible middle lane tower.
That's another quadra. No penta.
No Penta, but that was
It was a very good fight. Yeah. So throughout that whole fight, at the very start to end, music was just in the face of the entire backline. So very good for music. He's like so tanky right now. He has basically 3 defensive items on him right now, and he's just so tanky that he could just face for all the backline and still be able to stay alive by the end of it. And with music in his face, Albert Yu wasn't able to do much damage. I don't think anyone died in that from HCG. So, oh yeah, besides, never mind. Commonly did die to the Ari, so.
It's very good from music to just tank up the back line while OMG Super just completely wiped out everyone else.
Yeah.
I think it's the fight they really did need to just turn around the game.
Yeah, the front line was Rikudan was in the face of the back line of HCG, but they were able to peel off from him and just get away from him from the ulti. So it wasn't really useful.
Oh, music might be in some trouble. It is coming in for the possible help. Looks like he actually does get caught from the nerd. The nerd might get the kill. He does use that Zanya's. Yums actually does miss, and it looks like the nerd does go down, but Ari does go down as well from the Twitch. It looks like OMG Zuber is in trouble right now. A triple kill for Albert Yu. It looks like they're just going to keep pushing for possibly the 2nd tier tower. Soraka as well as Jarvan are the only ones left alive on HCG, so they won't be able to protect this tower that much.
Yeah, they can't really defend this tower anymore. That's gonna go down, but they're gonna be able to defend this inhib turret because the cooldown is low, and that is a lot of damage from that Caitlyn.
3 kills for Albert Yu during that small little fight right there. He's now 5-2-3. He's not really on the level of, I guess, Fed as OMG Zuber at the moment, but he is catching up there. He is around 30 CS ahead of OMG Zuber at the moment, and he does have 2 extra assists. So we're gonna be looking at a pretty even AD carry strength from both teams.
Yeah, you can see in the at the back of line of the fight, you saw OMG Exuber finish off. I think YJK, um, or it was someone. I think it was YJK because he was in the back line and he just ambushed him.
Hmm.
But in the end, he wasn't able to cut away from the CC from Rikudan and Yums. So he was basically dead by the time he showed himself, which is actually bad because he was alone in the backline of the enemy team. So being the ADC, he can just be caught out so easily, especially on someone with little mobility such as Twitch. So
What OMG Zuber really has to do is just fight from the back line. Use Twitch's ult as like to the best advantage as you can, because that gives extra range and you can just completely wipe out the other team without even them touching you. And what OMG Zuber is doing right now is he's ambushing, going straight up into their face and getting caught out right after getting a possible kill. But that's not very beneficial for HCG because they still the Volente still have their AD carry to just clean up.
yeah, and with the range of Caitlyn, he's able to just stay behind the back line the whole time because of that attack damage range. And you can see Yums is in the top lane, just pushing out the top lane turrets, and no one's really responding. So I think he's just gonna keep going and possibly go for that second tier turret. Oh, they are pinging him, so.
Oh, it looks like the nerd might actually get caught right here. Actually does get charmed. He does take a lot of damage, but Rikidon does use that ultimate. YJK is going in for the fight, but the nerd does use his Zhonya's. He is also exhausted. The teleport coming in from Yums looks like just gonna back off right now. Rikidon does not have his ult anymore. Skins might be in some trouble. Commonly does tank up the damage from that ace in the hole. Rikidon is still chasing. Commonly does go back into the fight. It looks like music is peeled off, but it looks like everyone else is going in. The nerd landing a 3-man stun, but he does go down instantly. Rikidon also going down from that smite. Looks like Aubrey is just kiting away right at the moment. OMG Zuber is still right there. Looks like the kite is still on. Yums actually does go down from OMG Zuber as well. It looks like music is in some trouble right now. The crit does go off. Aubrey getting another kill. He does not have that ace and duel to possibly finish him off. But it was a 2-for-2 fight, but everyone is fairly low on HCG, so Abreu as well as YJK can just keep pushing for this possible inhibitor tower. Now OMG Zuber might be fighting this, but he looks like he's gonna back off because he knows that Ari does have that charm and he can just completely shut down his damage.
Yeah. So it seems like Exuber took your advice and he stayed in the back line using his ultimate, and it was pretty beneficial. But music was peeled off from Albert U, so music wasn't able to face roll throughout the back line as he did in that dragon fight. So Albert U was able to kite away through against everyone, and this isn't good.
Oh, it looks like Plaxium might actually get caught right here. The smite actually does land, and Plaxium does die to commonly. It is a 4v5, and they HCG are looking to possibly get this dragon right here.
But they do have that pink ward in the middle of the dragon pit. But this looks like it's gonna be HCG's.
Looks like Yums is coming. They actually do steal the dragon. Looks like commonly is going in for the fight, but looks like they're just gonna back off. OMG Zuber actually does get caught from that charm. Rikidon using that ultimate to get a 3-man stun, and it looks like the nerd actually does go down. Abreu is all alone with that music, and looks like commonly is also going down a double kill for YJK, and it looks like music is running away. Looks like everyone except Plaxion is alive on Dale Volente. Well, he is alive now. It looks like they're just getting pushing and get this inhibitor and the inhibitor tower.
OMG Exuber just face tanked that ace in the hall, which chunked him down so hard, so he wasn't able to kite back and try to kite back the enemy team. But
looks like music might be in some trouble right here. Rikudon is coming in for the fight as well. He does get hooked. Abreu is going to get the kill, an ace for Dale Volente, and they're just gonna keep pushing to get this inhibitor. Well, just inhibitor tower.
Yeah. Oh, but then that's probably another inhibitor.
Like YJK
right here.
might be in some trouble right now. He does use that spirit rush to just run away. He didn't really want to fight that. I guess.
Yeah.
That tower is very, very close to dying.
Even though OMG Exuber has been dying, he still has 4 items on him right now. So he still does a lot of damage. It's just that his positioning has been
It's been
subpar.
subpar, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been mediocre. And like that last fight at the Dragon Pit, he got charmed by the Ari, and because he got charmed, he just took an ace in the hole straight to the face, and you know, he couldn't survive after that. Especially,
Yeah.
not only that, but he got charmed, he got ace in the hole, and then he got a Mumu ulted. So it's just a bad day for Twitch. It's a bad day for Twitch.
I honestly think the Twitch pick wasn't ideal in this sort of situation, but he got this in the first rotation, so he didn't know what was coming for him.
I guess you can say Dave Volente is pest control. That was terrible. But right now, both teams are eyeing on that Baron. Right now, Music as well as I'm not exactly sure who's right next to him. Music and the Nerd are at the mid lane. They just back off because Dave Volente were possibly gonna go in for the gank.
Yeah, their Volente is just very strong right now. They have their carries are fed right now. Their tank has a bunch of assists, and the support is just doing very well to peel off from everyone, peel off the enemy. So it has to be ACG to be. It's on them to just land their ultimates perfectly to just shut them out and just burst them immediately. Because if they get any sort of breathing room, Dio Volente will be able to just come back, kite them out, and just win by that. Just by winning with kite.
Now Zuber is alone at the bot lane. Looks like everyone, or at least ACG, really want to start grouping up. They really have to start winning these fights. Yum's at the top lane. He's just split pushing. There's a huge minion wave following him. Looks like he's just gonna back off. Music is no longer in the fight, while Yums is coming in at the mid lane to just keep pushing. So these are very good rotations coming in from Dale Volente at the moment. Now Music, he's not in the, he can't really be in the fight at the moment, and you know, he might be in some trouble right now. He might be cornered.
Yeah, he has no vision, and if he keeps going, extending through that lane, which he's not right now, but he needs to get to the mid lane right now. They need to start the fight.
Oh, it looks like the Nerd actually does go in commonly. Everyone going in to shut down on Albert's. It looks like a double kill for OMG Zuber. It looks like it's going to be a triple kill. It looks like he's going to keep chasing. A very good fight from HDG. A complete shutdown on Albert Yu. Looks like they're going to possibly get this Baron right here. YJK is still alive right now. It looks like he's just going to back off. He's not going to be able to do anything against the Baron call. Now that was a very good initiation from the Nerd. He just went in on his claw, stunned everyone, used ulti on himself, and that just basically cleaned up everyone. And it does look like he does get the kill on a YJK. It is an ace. They are now 20 and 19 from the previous 20 and 15. I know 14, I believe. It looks like ACG do get the Baron. They're just gonna keep pushing and possibly get that second tier mid tower.
Yeah, basically everything has just evened up right now. That team fight brought them back into the game, and they're almost gonna be ahead. If they did stay, they probably would have been ahead. But they're just gonna go back, buy their items, and then just push. Hopefully, they're gonna let top lane push by itself, and then they're gonna go for other lanes like such as mid or bot, because top lane and bot lane are being pushed in right now. So actually, the most logical lane to go to right now is mid lane, in my opinion.
So during that fight, we just saw OMD Zuber did exactly what he was supposed to do. Just stay in the back line and just fight. He shouldn't have done anything else besides that. He did have that long range ultimate. No one can get to him, so he should have done that right from the beginning. But you know, I guess stuff happens. But
Yeah.
Dragon is up at the moment. Both teams are eyeing it
Uh-oh.
once again. Looks like Palaxion's actually going to get caught right here. Looks like he actually does survive. Music is caught out in the middle right here. Palaxion does actually survive. YJK is coming in for the fight. OMG Zuber is actually all alone right now. The ultimate does go on YJK. The nerd is actually very low. He does use that Zanya's though. Yums as well as Ryugudan both die. A double kill for OMG Zuber. A triple kill for OMG Zuber. It looks like he's going in for the flash. Palaxion is going to run away. They're going to possibly get this mid lane tower now.
Oh. So a very good fight for HCG, even though it was a 4-for-3. Their AD carry and support are up right now, and the top lane turret just got destroyed. So
yeah, and Janna can't really counter push.
Yeah, so that's
It's
just gonna be
so.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of turrets probably going down within a few seconds.
Now,
Yeah, Janna can't really do it.
What we said about Twitch earlier kind of has to apply to Albert now, because he's been dying instantly during these past fights, and he just has to work on that positioning again, because without him, their team is basically useless.
Yep. And, oh my goodness, you can just see the damage from the Baroned up minions and OMG Exuber. He's 17-4 right now, so that's a rat that you don't want to mess with.
I guess they called the wrong pest control.
Yeah. They've called in for those cheap kinds.
Yeah.
The ones that don't really have their
ones.
equipment. They don't have their
Shady
equipment
ones.
at all.
Yeah. They legit use cheese and mousetrap.
Yeah.
No, they don't even use cheese. They use like a sponge or something. It looks like
They're that
HCG.
cheap.
Yeah, they're that cheap, man. They use a yellow sponge that looks like cheese. It does look like HCG do get their second dragon, I believe. No, yeah, their second dragon
Yeah.
of the game.
So, what Deo Volente needs to do is, I think it's the same situation for HCD when they were behind. They need to put their ultimates together, make them work. The monsoon will probably have to be used for peel instead of any sort of displacement for for offensive. And like for Albert U to OMG to Albert U, he has to stay back. Like you said before, and you could the Baron buff is down right now. The HED does see the Palaxion, Albert U, and Rikudan, and this might be another fight coming up.
There's a lot of Banshees coming in from ACG. 3 of the
Yeah.
members do have Banshees, and it looks like 2 of them just got popped in that one Caitlyn Q. Oh, they're gonna have to really defend this bot lane tower. YJK as well as Yums are coming in for the help. It looks like ACG can't really push it to the fullest potential at the moment.
Yeah. For Twitch, Twitch is a very bad siege because he has to get really close to be able to do any sort of damage, and I don't think he wouldn't waste his ult for a range to hit the turret. So this is a pretty bad situation for HCG. Actually, they had to fight before they can actually do anything for objectives.
Does look like a fight is brewing at the moment. Not exactly sure when it's going to start. Commonly actually does get caught, but they're not going to really follow up on that. Just a little bit of damage. YJK does have that blue buff, so he can just keep doing that over and over again.
You see the support is just taking up all the traps, so his team doesn't have to get it. But the third Banshees has been popped.
Oh, it does look like Skims, and well, Skims dies actually instantly. Music is all alone. The nerd using that ultimate on Abreu. Abreu does flash away. He is cutting away from Music at the moment. At the back line, it looks like YJK as Red's Rikudan do get the kill on the Twitch. It looks like the Twitch actually does die. It looks like the nerd is gonna die as well. A cleanup from Deo Volente. A total ace. Top lane is pushing. That mid lane is also pushing. And that was just not a good fight for HCG.
Yeah, sadly, Yums ultimate did displace 2 members of HCG, which was the jungle and support. And support plays a pretty big role in this team fight because Skims' wish didn't go off, and I don't think he wanted to use it because it would just be a waste. No one was really low when he died, so he shouldn't have used it at all if he thought about it. But then commonly is a big part of the team fight too because of his EQ ulti.
The fact that commonly just got obliterated by that Ari, they really didn't do much from that fight.
He only has a Banshee's Veil and Merc Treads, which probably is enough, but I'm assuming he's gonna buy a little bit more MR. Maybe go for a Locket because Skims isn't going for it right now. Someone has to go for a Locket, and I think that either may be a Spirit Visage uncommonly or a Locket. Hopefully, my hope is a Locket.
So Baron is back up. HCG are looking to get it. At the moment, the Volente are not even near it.
They're rushing it though.
They do have vision on it though, so...
HED doesn't have vision at all. They don't know where De Volente is, so that just gives them time to get camps and just, I guess, farm up. Maybe push the wave. But it seems like HCG are trying to look for buys. Yeah. They're going for
OMG Zuber does have that.
He has a Banshee Trail, so he's fine.
He's all of their skill shots the wrong direction.
The stealth is too real.
It'd be good to get like a pink ward or something.
Yeah.
But they don't really have space for that. Huh?
They only have sweepers, and they can't really rely on being right next on top of him, because he's just gonna auto you to death. And the entire team of Volente is in the top side of the jungle, so this might be bad for Skims. He does get caught out.
If you haven't noticed, this is a 51-minute game at the moment.
Yeah, this has been such a long.
This
it's been such a long time
so far.
Yeah, it's been such a long time since we've seen a long game, and I don't know. I should be happy, but we're
gonna have to choose like one or two more of these.
Yeah. I feel pretty lukewarm about this.
So it looks like they are possibly coming in for the ambush. 3 of them are in that small bush. Palaxion is gonna get caught right here. Actually does die instantly. No, look, looks like he's gonna die instantly. OMG Zuber does get the kill on that. Yums is in trouble. YJK does get the... It looks like a 5-man stun on Rigadon right now. Looks like they're trying to clean up at the moment. Music is on Albert U at the moment. Looks like commonly and everyone else is coming in. Looks might be the end of the fight. Looks like he does die. Looks like YJK is the only one left alive. We gotta realize YJK is really fed, but OMG Zuber does have that speed up. He's gonna keep chasing at the moment. Looks like the heal does go off. He's not gonna be able to catch off YJK. They can possibly get at least the other Nexus tower as well as this inhibitor. Now, YJK is not going back yet. He's still at very low HP, and it's gonna be a 1v3. They are gonna get all 3 inhibitors down. No,
only
all
two.
2 inhibitors down, and just gonna back off from that. But at the same time, YJK is coming in. He actually does miss the charm. Looks like he's gonna go down. It is an ace. They're gonna go for that possible Baron or Dragon.
Oh, the super minion!
It looks like the super minion. Oh, the nerd barely surviving.
Oh my gosh, the super minion still wants it though. He wanted that. Oh, that's not good. Oh, good thing that kid. Albert U wasn't alive. Even though he wasn't in range, that would have been scary to see. So
now, if Albert U didn't get caught up from that Maokai, he could have easily cleaned up the rest of HGG.
Yeah.
During that fight, but Music did solo out the Caitlyn from the fight, so she was pretty much useless until the very end when she died. So.
Yeah. But she did get did clean up the kills, just because she was in the back line. She wasn't really touched. Or if she She was still like pretty good health, but then she just got bursted as soon as everyone started focusing her. And it looks like HEG are gonna be going for that Baron, and if they do get the Baron, that's just gonna be very detrimental for Volente. But they do see them.
They do have vision on that. They don't have vision on that small little bush that they actually got ambushed on like earlier. So
Yeah, they can only
do another bait.
Either that or they're just gonna go for it because they're pretty tanky, and with OMG Exuber they're gonna take that very fast. And plus super minions are going into their base right now, so they can't really ignore that. So it's gonna be Baron for HCG.
Looks like HCG do get their second Baron of the game. It looks like they're just gonna keep pushing. These super minions, they've buffed up super minions, Baroned up, I guess you can say, are just gonna do a lot of damage to these towers. And right now, the Volente are in trouble because they are not gonna be able to peel off all these minions while fighting at the same time. So it's a bit troublesome for them.
Yeah. So what HEG needs to do, they just need to be they honestly just need to go as a group and just wait for their minions to come by, because yeah, for this bot lane, they do have a siege turret and they have baroned up minions, so if they can play it right, they can they can end this game right now. They only have actually Volente only have one Nexus turret, and there goes the Banshees.
What's that worth? I mean,
if he does get caught, yes,
oh,
that's worth.
Looks like
but they're going in.
YJK actually almost did get caught out right there from Commonly right there. Looks like
and
it's
there
a
goes
two-man.
Everyone's Banshees has been popped on HTZ, while the team, as well as actually Volente, their Banshees have been popped as well. So all Banshees have been popped, no spell is going to be blocked. So this is going to be very scary. You can see OMG Exuber is in the middle, in the base right now. And he was trying to go.
Bot lane tower, top lane is pushed up on with those super minions, so just gonna have to keep counter pushing that. Now YJK is gonna get caught right here. The Zhonya's actually does go off, and looks like Commonly does go in on Abreu. Abreu does flash away, getting using that heal as well. OMG Zuber does get the kill, a double kill for OMG Zuber as well. Skims getting another kill. Abreu is still in the back line. He is cleaning them up very, very nicely. OMG Zuber does get caught out from that trap, but it looks like they can possibly end the game right here. The tower, the Nexus is very low right now. It looks like looks like HEG do end the game. A very long game, 56 minutes. Looks like HEG take the first game. We're going on to the second game.